Hey guys, Sunstreaker Wozza here. Welcome back to another Thursday live stream where, yes, as the thumbnail suggests, we're going to be taking a look at the brand new combats today for Deathasaurus and for Star Saber, and we're going to be taking a look at their bot specific cores as well. Apologies today, I've got a bit of a cough, so I have a cough in between. Apologies. What else today? We're going to be looking at a bot, a big favourite of mine that I've recently just dropped from my team, which even I can't believe I've done that. Going to be talking a bit about why I've done that, why he's not as good as he used to be, and whether you should drop him or not from your team, basically. We're going to talk a bit about that. We're going to talk about a new little strategy. Well, it's an old strategy that people have sort of dropped. I've seen a lot of talk in the chat saying to people, listen, don't try that strategy anymore. It's not really good. It doesn't really work. I had to think about this. I thought, you know what, it was a good strategy and a lot of people used it. How can I make this viable again? And I was doing a bit of farming midweek and I tried something and I was like, whoa, crazy good. So hopefully a way to bring this back, this old strategy, and give it a bit of a new lease of life. Then we were talking about something that actually one of my members put me onto a few weeks ago. I said, will you go and try this? And I've tried it out and it actually works quite well. It's probably one of the cheapest ways to take out that Shield Gen MDS cluster. So we're going to talk a bit about that as well. And like I said, we're going to be reviewing the new combat and the obviously core for those bots as well, and give my lowdown as always. So yeah, cool. Good to see you guys. Thanks for joining, and obviously let's see who we've got in the chat today. So we have got a lot of members in. We've got Chris Harmon, we've got Penny Lancaster, we've got E-Rods as well. You guys hit me up after the stream and I'll give you a Sunstreaker Crystal just for getting in there early. And then we've got Stay Puffed as well. How's it going, buddy? Good to see you. We've got Lord Avix as well. We've got Grimlador. We've got Tony B as well. Carnage Mac. Alright. I love saying that name like that. We've got Matt Poley as well. We've got Tyler Leonard. We've got Dojak. Hey, good to see you, buddy. Not been here for a while, Dojak. One of my members back in the day. Good to see you back. We've obviously got Grind Time. Hey, obviously. We've got Charlie Plays. We've got Jason Roller. So the Roly Poly brothers are in the house. We've got S. Clohossi as well. My brother Freezers Max, fellow content creator. Go and check him out, guys. We've also got Ricky Lau. We've got Glenn Kissel. Have you been my stream before? I can't remember. But then again, my memory's getting old. But good to see you anyway, new or not. Smoked Cheese, fellow playtester, and a fellow member of my family. If you are in my family, if you are in the Horde, then give me a shout in the chat and let me know. Just so I can put, you know, a name to the face. Face to the name. You know what I mean. Then we've got Venga Prime as well. We've got Autobot Phil, Ronald Van Holler. We've got Joseph. That's very bizarre that we've got a Joseph in the chat. I've got a guy transferring to my bar in 2 weeks called Joseph, but it's spelled exactly the same way, weirdly enough. We've got Hellraiser as well, Illicit Pulse as well, MD Prime. Good to see you as always, buddy. Long time subscriber and watcher as well. And then we've got Jamie Watson. J5000 Watts. Recognise that. Good to see you. And I think that is everything. Cool. Obviously, Chris Harmon's in the Horde. Obviously, I know that. And Sergio, clutch right at the end. Good to see you, buddy. Okay, cool. Let's jump into this week's news. So, bar weep, grana weep, ninny bong. Week 4 of the saga. So, yes, this weekend is the combat event for the new combat Victory Leo and Tigerchest, who attached to Star Saber and Deathasaurus retrospectively. Weekend's event is 200 prestiges, 50k points each overall. Individual totalizer. I did think this would be an alliance event. I'm not a big fan of these like prestige single person events. I like the alliance events. Now, I understand that they're quite hard to arrange for people. I understand that. But here's my little sorry, here's my little take on that. Sorry. Here's my little take on that. So the reason that oh my god. The reason that these events are so hard to arrange is that back in the day, most events didn't need organising. Most events will get finished by alliance, so regardless. So every alliance will pretty much finish it, every decent alliance anyway. But over time, people got less and less interested in the events. And so now, that's the reason why. Because you're getting so varying scores, so people aren't really interested. Yeah, we'll always have to do that for like endurance and leaderboards, things like that. I get that. There's always going to be people that have difference of, even money, how much money they got, how much want to spend, time, whatever. But with all the other events, they should be finishable by the alliances. And when they do events like this that are 50k, I'm not a big fan of these big 50k events. We have the endurance, that's the big, big money, once every 8 weeks. And I get a 50k event once a month, I kind of get it, but for me it should be an alliance event, because I've always said that there were people that will do 30 odd k, and there's people that will do 80k because they want to level some bot or something, or smash something out. But as long as you set a minimum for everyone, but I don't know. It's an ideal world, maybe. But like I said, back in the day, events got finished regardless. So I think it's not... The problem is not the arranging. That is the problem. But I don't think the problem is arranging. I think the problem is that people don't want to play events anymore as much. That's the problem. But is that because the game's winding down? Is it because people are annoyed with the game? Is it because we've got too much resources, not much to chase? Is it monetary burnout? Is it normal burnout? It could be a number of things. But yeah, what they need to do is they need to entice people more to finish events. That's what they need to do. So yes, shards, combat spark, premium combat chips, event chips. So you get 2 prestige. So you will get 400 event chips for completing the event. The Kremzik stash, if you remember in my stream a couple weeks ago, I just posted a video as well about the new acid Kremzik that's coming out, and Dale said it's actually probably even more than that, maybe eventually. That's what he's looking at doing. So I would advise everyone to keep your Kremzik stash. There's I think it's just one, which is pretty poor. A Kremzik stash has 1 Kremzik. So you got to think like, there's red, blue, yellow, purple, white, and then if they had green, say they had just 1, that's a 1 in 6 chance of getting that new Kremzik. Really, those Kremzik stashes should be 10. That'd be my feedback to the apes. 10 at a time, because Kremziks are massive in the game right now. But yeah, 1 Kremzik, nah. You know what? If there were 10 Kremziks and there was better spark rewards, I'd consider it. I'd consider doing the event, but not 50k. 50k is it's a lot of points, for just combat, shards, and combat. But hey, and then there was a 25% chance of getting a 4-star, 3-star, or 2-star combat, and then 75% chance of 5-star combat shards. But don't forget that 25% is not 25% of the event chip, because you get 200 chips. A quarter of them will be the new combats. So that is 50 chips. Then out of that 50 chips, you've probably got a 2% chance of pulling the 4-star. So, you've got a half decent chance if you complete the event, but it's still not guaranteed. Just keep that in mind, guys. It's 25% chance of getting a Victory Leo, not the 4-star. So keep that in mind. The regular event points, still no change to the zones, although they need to. Again, we've talked about it previously before. I've had a few people asking me about the competition that we did and entries. So all I know is that Dale asked us for 20 names. I gave him mine. I know that Frazier said he was getting involved with it, so I believe he's doing it. I'm not sure if he's done it or not. I sort of tuned into his stream last night, but as always, I crashed out halfway through because it's late at night for me. I normally watch it when I'm going to bed. And I believe Engineer Hoist is doing part of the giveaway as well. So I know us 3 are taking part. And so I presume that Dale is either waiting for the names, or he's just not a chance yet. So that's not me pulling that. Cause someone asked me as well, like, are you pulling this week? It's like, no, it's Space Ape. It's a Space Ape giveaway that I've just you know, put your names forward too. So hopefully that'll be pulled soon. But for completing the survey, there was some winners from that as well, and that's Mac1376, Rock Hopper, and Screw. Oh yeah, just Screw. So yeah, so congratulations. The new G1 core chip for Aerial and Skilla is available in bundles. Now you might say, Wozza, why didn't you cover this? Because we sort of like tested it a bit. But then we've heard nothing since. We sort of tested it when she came out. We weren't sure it's complete. And then they just go, hey, we're launching it. Oh, okay. So, yeah. We can have a look at that today if you want to. But, yeah. We'll have a look at it. But the G1 ability just is that it increases damage by 14.5% and executes enemies with a death kiss beacon on them at 10%. Or lower. And then... it just shows the denominations of crystals where it's like, you know, 10, 20, 40. But you gotta think that for $20 you're getting 4 chances at getting the G1. So getting the G metal in that is a very slim chance. So for me, if you buy that bundle, is the G1 available in her? I don't think it is. I'd have to check. I'm not too sure because to be honest, today people said to me, Wozza, is the new core for Star Saber and Deathasaurus available in crystals? It's like, no, it won't be available yet. Not available a few weeks down the line. And all of a sudden, it was available. I was like, all right, well, I think they messed up there a bit, but hey, I'm not going to complain. Oh, and a big thank you to Ray Burgard for being a member. Congratulations and thank you. And yeah, don't forget, guys, that all my members have access to some videos that I have made. They're in a special playlist. So if you go to my home screen and go down, there's like a members section which you can see, which only members can see. So there's about 5 videos there, and then there's a couple more that I'm sort of making as well. So yeah, and all the ones I do with text and things like that, I post them there first. So when I create my videos with text and freeze and things like that, we'll create like 4, 5, 6 at a time. I will post them all for the members and then release them slowly. I mean, I still got some unpopular opinion videos I've not posted yet that have been there since March, April. So yeah, but they're available to members to go and check out. So make use of that. Yeah, and obviously the platinum members get put in for a giveaway as well, for a Google or Apple gift card, which is the end of this month. So don't forget, if you're a basic member, don't get to platinum before that. Don't forget, it's going to be before the stream, guys, because I'll be taking the names at the start. So yeah. And then we've got Victory Leo and Tigerchest core, which we'll take a look at anyway soon. So we'll go through that. And the new combats as well. Obviously, go and check out your content creators, myself, Freezius, Soldier, Engine Hoist. Some cool pictures, a Wanted Scourge poster. I was like, that's Optimus Prime, right? So why is Optimus Prime on the Wanted poster, which says Wanted Scourge? Is that supposed to be Scourge, the one in the film? I don't know. I was a bit baffled. Wanted, Optimus Prime, called Scourge. Have I missed something? I don't know. Cool picture though. And I love this. So the picture's alright, but Dale's put Daisy, what they'd like us to guess who they think they are drawing. We think Drillhorn. Really? Drillhorn? I mean, it's pretty obvious it's Devastator, but hey, maybe I'm wrong, but I think it's pretty obvious it's Devastator. I mean, yeah, I'm right, it's Devastator. It's not Drillhorn, but yeah. And cool, and that is the end of the news. So let's see what everyone's been saying in the chat. Lord Avid says, "Hood, hood, hood, hood." Let's have a look. A lot of talk about the hood, obviously. So Chris Harmon didn't hoard my beer. Let's get up. Let's get up into them higher ranks. Metabeth put a live stream. When was the last one? Every week, apart from last week, and maybe a few weeks before that, and maybe about 2 months before that when I didn't do one. But other than that, every week. Well, yeah, most weeks. Chris Harmon, they should guarantee 4-star finishing. I've said this for so long that I've started giving up on that now. I have these little crusades where I'm like, I'm gonna get this sorted, I'm gonna get put this in the game, and I go on and on and on and on, and on about it. It gets ignored, and then I go, forget about it. Like my last one was obviously trying to get HQ 18s out of Zone 15, and I've gone on and on and on about that. It's not working, so I think I'm gonna ask for a new zone instead, and just try and do that because it's quite ridiculous, really. The disparity between Zone 14 and Zone 15 and Zone 16 is huge. Massive. Well, 14 and 15. Well, no, it's not. That's a problem, maybe. Because 14 and 15, the lower end of 15, lower end of 14, and the higher end of 15 is so big, like ridiculously. To the point where you can solo with a lower 50 bot, lower zone 14, but higher zone 15, you can either take out with your war team. It's just that's stupid. And then same with 16. Zone 16, you've got brand new HQ 18s, and then you've got my base. You know what I mean? So something needs to be done there. Matt Paul has put the amount of points the major reason for needing to organise. Yeah, well, yeah, maybe. I mean, back in the day it was harder to get points, don't remember, and the points were a lot lower, but probably evens out. But then a lot more people were leveling up, a lot more bots. It's easy to level bots nowadays, so a lot more people were spending more money as well. So. Oh, Blade 19 as well. How's it going? And Cyber Inferno. Thanks for joining. Got a real frog in my throat tonight, honestly. Yeah, Matt Paul, yeah. Heatwave in the UK. It's been boiling the last few weeks. Yeah. Yeah, you asked about the new 5-star combat. Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah. Because there's no communication. I presumed it was, but there's no communication saying it was in the newsletter or anything like that. So, quite poor. Communication has been quite poor. I mean, I think Dave's come in the chat today and said, no, the calls won't be available in the box today. It'll be a later date, which I think is the usual. And then Dale come in and said, yeah, they will be. And I was like, well, which one is it? Like, MD Prime, I still haven't found a way to become a member just using my phone as I don't own a computer. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna try something here now. I'm gonna actually try and share the link in the chat. Let's see if that works. I've got the members link somewhere. Let me have a look. Give me a second.
Oh, how it pains me to do this.
Oops. Right, I've got something here now. Hang on. Let me just get this link. I know where it is now. I don't know where it is. I'll post it in the chat for people because a few people said this. A few people said that they can't find the link to go member. I'm going okay. Share. Okay. Oh, and thank you, Dojak, for becoming a platinum member. Appreciate it, buddy. And there you go. That is the link to become a member if anyone's interested, guys. I put it in the chat. I should have that somewhere there. It's a hand really, I think, wouldn't you? But hey. Cool. Okay. Back to it. Okay, let's get into the game and see some bits and bobs. Okay, so a while ago, so you're talking January, February. So talking to Tex, and I say, listen, I've gone from like a solid 300 player to really struggling now, and I'm not sure why. I've got the same team roughly. It did so well, and this new sort of healing, this healing cluster's almost killing me, really bad. I know I can go for skids. I've got the 4-star, but the 4-star isn't quite doing it. I've got 4-star slingshot. I'm not a big fan though because it doesn't do much damage to a target. So you've got to combo it, but I don't know. I'm not impressed. So he said, listen, you should go for pipes. Pipes is the one. You've got a 1 in 2 chance at a time. I think it's 1 in 3 actually. I think 1 in 3 think it was Pipes, Brainstorm, and Skylinks. So he said, you've got 1 in 3 chance. I'd go for it. Got plenty of shit. I think I had 30,000 for it, 35,000 at a time. He said, I'd go for it. I was a bit unsure, a bit in two minds. And then a fellow member of the TF, my old alliance, said, listen, Brainstorm's pretty good. You should check him out, you know. So I had a bit of a test, a bit of a go of him on test. I was like, whoa, this guy's pretty good. I was like, right, hang on. So I've got Pipes, Brainstorm, and I've got Skylinks. I'm not a fan of Skylinks, but I've got a 2 in 3 chance there. And, you know, I play the odds. I like to play the odds. I've always said to people that the reason that I've got the bots that I've got is because I always play the odds. And I was like, listen, 2 in 3 chance, I'm sold. I'm going for it. Pulled the first one, got Brainstorm. I was like, not disappointed. That's all right. Just want to avoid Skylinks. Pulled the second one, got Pipes. Marvellous. Done. Leveled the 2 of them, put them on my war team, and I had 3 tanks, 3 gunners, 2 healers. So a couple of times, very close to timing out. So I thought, I need to get some more DPS in there. So I tried with 1 healer, still struggled a bit. I was like, no, I definitely need 2 healers. Those anti-healing cores are really killing me. So the time they're not getting healed, I need 2 to sort of get them boosted up again, back to full health. What am I going to do? I had to think about it. I was like, I need to drop a tank. I need to drop a tank and put another gunner in there. So I had a careful think. I was like, well, I can't drop Blaster. Blaster's been in my team since forever. Since I pulled him. It's been a staple. I love them minions. You know, the fact that the Sharks heal him as well. I love that. So I can't drop him. But then Rook's my main outpost popper. So I thought, well, I can use Rook to distract like Blaster. But I can't really use Blaster to distract as much as, or to pop outposts as much as Rook can. So it's a bit of a predicament. Then I was thinking, also the fact that warriors are anti-stun, that sort of sells me towards Rook. And so, sadly, I've sort of dropped Blaster from my team. And even I'm quite shocked, I'm honest with you. So my current team is Pipes. It's a Rook, 6 gun, Brainstorm. It is SG Jetfire. It is Smokescreen. And then it is 2 healers. And that's generally my team that I use. And sometimes sub out Smokescreen, but if I sub him out, then I normally sub him out, maybe Brainstorm for Skids and Rust Dust if needs be. Sometimes sub him out for B, sometimes sub him out for Hot Rod, but never a 3rd tank. And sadly, I've had to drop Blaster, which I'm still a bit in shock myself that I can't believe I've actually done that. Considering just 6 months ago, 9 months ago, I was saying that Blaster could be the best bot in the game. And this just shows how much HQ18 has changed the game completely. It's blown it out the water. I mean, I was talking again a year ago about Russian tanks, about they're awful and will never be relevant, how they're so poor that I don't want them rushing and my healers rushing ahead. And I think Space 8 heard that and was like, right, let's sort of almost make them invulnerable almost. Because crazy, crazy good. Apart from FFDs, but hey, very, very good. And then I thought, what I'm going to do is, and another player that I know sort of hit me up today, Warm, was like, I see what you're doing there. So what I've done is, I've put that Quintus core that I had on Blaster onto Rook. I've put that Terraxodon core that I had on Blaster onto Rook. So Rook is now my new Blaster in a way that, yes, he can pop Outpost pill still. Better than Blaster, but then Rook was always my primary Outpost popper. But now he's pumping Sharks out. He's got Terraxodon, so he self-heals because of them Sharks as well. Not quite as good as Blaster because he hasn't got the DPS that Blaster's got, but it does healing. So it's like extra healing. And the anti-heal build bots, don't forget, do not work towards combats. They only stop actual healers. They don't stop cores. So it's just that bit of extra healing towards Rook. And it's actually worked really well in my team. Rook staying alive for longer. He used to always get really smashed. And I had to use not skids. pipes to sort of cover them a bit and take some of the heat. So those sharks, putting them back in my team again because I took Blaster out at first with Quintus, didn't work. So it's working really good. So yeah, sadly, no more Blaster. So I'm still trying to work out a way to put my Cronus back in my team again. Just trying to decide what to drop because they've all got damage cores. So Sitsgun has got an EO core. Brainstorm has got an EO core. SG Jetfire has got an EO core. And Blades Smokescreen obviously has a volatile mixture. And Sitsgun volatile mixture, not EO core. So all around increasing damage. So I'm not too sure where to put my Cronus. Pipes has got the age, so he can rush in without the worry of being hacked. So do I put it on a healer? I mean, I've got also Alpha Trion on Minerva. And so I think the only one left is Ratchet. I've got Nexus on there. So might put my Cronus on Ratchet, maybe. Let's get some more healing in there. I don't know. I'm still in two minds. But yeah, the big news is that Blaster is now down to the B team. So yeah, let me know if you still use Blaster. Do you still find him useful? The minions blocking that damage from the beam lasers. I just find that his minions die very, very quickly. There's a lot of AoE damage in there. I just find that they just die too quick. You put the minions out, and before they would last almost an eternity. Now they last seconds, and they're absolutely smash and go. But hey, let me know. In lower leagues, it might still work as good. You know, if you're in Caminus and below, still an amazing bot in them leagues, I presume. But let me know what you think. So in the chat, Penny Lancaster, I'm still waiting for that air raid test I asked about. Maybe you weren't listening earlier. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. Robert C4, I hope that he's decided to let you choose your 5-star. I don't think that'll ever happen, don't think. Sadly. MD Prime says it hopes it worked, that link. Oh my god. Charlie Plays wasn't finally put a combat on Brainstorm. I've always had a combat on Brainstorm, haven't I? I've always had a one. I don't know. Cyber Inferno still uses Blaster or uses one healer though. Yeah, that's an option. Yeah, I like 2 healers though. I like 2. But yeah, I do love pipes as well. Smoke Cheese is still using Blaster in Prime League hard mode. Good. Penn Lancaster, they have made Warpath useless with the stank cluster. Whatever they called that. Andrew Stevenson in Caminus, it's still a great bot. Yeah, no doubt, lower levels. I think because less damage, it'll work a lot better. Robert C4, just put my 4-star Soundwave last week. It's a leveling slower now. No, listen, if it's 4-star Soundwave and you're at a lower level, then I would definitely level him up. Very, very good bot still. But obviously, we're talking about the pinnacle of the game. We're talking about Prime League hard mode. But listen, I've got so much use out of my 5-star in terms of Zen farming, in terms of just in normal battle, and I still use him, just not in wars, which is obviously the massive focus of people that are around my level in Prime League hard mode. Some people don't understand that at lower levels. They go like, well, what's the fuss about war? I don't really play war. I do events and things like that, and that and making more teams. I could not care less how many teams I've got. As long as I can farm medals in zone 15, then I can make as many teams as I want, really. My main focus is getting my war team to that 300 and bots that will fit in with that. If they're a Zen farmer, that's a plus, but that's the primary focus for players sort of around our level. Rob Newman, what combat do you have on Minerva? I have Trip Up. Love Trip Up. Really, really good. Good for getting through bases very quickly. Grant says rank up that rock. Nah, no, I'm waiting. I'll show you something in a minute actually as well. I got some advice about my melee bots. Went Quint and Axe on Bludgeon. Love it. Well, I think it's the same sort of situation though, isn't it? Because they've got low DPS though, then you won't get the full healing effect. You want higher DPS bots to get more healing. But I'm not complaining though. Tune in and wonder when the Firefly video will be. Cool. I think that is everything, I think. Cool. Okay, so as we're talking quickly about ranking up bots, things like that. So, you know, I'm doing well in wars. Just a 300 against 1 prime. So we lost the war. It was a good war. I know a lot of the guys over there, some good guys. But you know, 300. But I'm always saying to people, if you don't need it, save it. I say that a lot in the game to people, and I've got a lot of shard dupes. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, not going to include combats, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44 dupes sat there, which is around 8k shards. And again, like Grant, I'm saying, like, you know, rank him up. I could do, but I don't really need to. But then, you know, if they ever reduce that cost, I'm more than ready. If they bring out another use for duplicates, I can choose that. Again, like I say to a lot of people, if you don't need it, save it. My war team's doing fine. I mean, for the sake of ranking up my rook for, what is it? Another 5% damage and health. 5% is an extra 2k. It's not a lot, is it? 2k health and an extra, what? 44, 22 damage. No thanks. I think I'll keep the shards. But it does say, actually, I will point this out. The people have asked this, but it does say, if you look at the ranking, it doesn't. I don't want to press X. I can't remember what it goes to. But it does say they might have some power or something. So I'm gonna try and find it actually. There we go. So upgrade all starters of brainstorm. Upgrade the rank, increase their power, health, and damage. Upgrade bonus. Doesn't say it. But yeah, I'm sure you should say something about like to unlock like special things or something. So more could come in time, and then I can obviously save them shards, and I can make a judgment later in the day when things come out. So here's hoping. So yeah. Stanley Michael Ting, thanks for joining, buddy. Thanks for joining. Alright, again, apologies for the cough, guys. Got a frog in my throat today. Not sure what it is. Cool. Okay, so next up, let's have a look. Let's go to the test server. So, as I mentioned earlier, I wanted to sort of look at an old technique of what people are using. I'm going to try and revitalize it. Okay, so if you're in a top alliance, you may remember a technique that I wouldn't say everyone was using, but a lot of people were using, where people use Laser Optimus to clear a decent area. And then people realized that you could use, find them. You could use Laser Optimus and you could use Wheeljack. Now, using the two together sped up Laser Optimus and he pumped more discs out. Cleared a good area. They maybe use that same process twice to clear an area, then they would walk through the base. Very good for front-loaded bases, very good to help with pathing. Then HQ18 came along, and people sort of realised that although it still works, it doesn't work quite as well. it just lacks that bit of punch for HU18 to take out a decent amount of structures. You could maybe take 2, maybe 3 out at a push, but it doesn't have the same impact that it did at HU17 or the beginning of HU18. And so, like I said, I've been pairing these two together because they just go well together. So I was doing some raiding in Zone 15, and I put another bot into the mix. And not even thinking, I used Laser Optimus, used Wheeljack, and the area it cleared was absolutely immense. Did the same again, thought I'm going to try that again. Did it again, and literally cleared like half the base. Like, stupid amount of like, whoa. This is crazy, crazy good. And the interesting thing about this is, it doesn't use any extra ability points than the old process. It uses the extra exact same. And you know what? You could take it a step further, and a step further, and a step further if you want. But there is some sort of proviso that you need to do. I've tried this in a few different settings, and it caused chaos, not in a good way. So, anyway, I'll get onto what I'm getting at. So I'm going to chase my base around. Nope. So a decent setup a minute. So let's load this base up. Let's load this in a minute. So I do realise that the combiner's not charged, things like that, but then just for testing purposes you can sort of see. So the idea was, we have Laser Optimus, we have Wheeljack, we also have, if you can find him, Smokescreen. Now the interesting thing is, I've set Smokescreen up, obviously with glitch. Now it does stand back a bit. Now the problem can be that if Laser Optimus is too far forward, Smokescreen is too far back, you can't quite get them both within the drop. But because you're dropping Laser Optimus and you can put Smokescreen right next to him if you want, then you're covering both of them in a very small area. So that's how it go. So we've got Laser Optimus. So we've got Laser Optimus. We're going to put these straight in the same place as well, so they're all clumped together. We're going to use Laser Optimus, and we're going to speed up both him and Smokescreen. If you look at Smokescreen now, he's firing at a higher speed rate because of the Wheeljack speed up. And then we're going to do the same again, and we're going to speed them all up again. Now, sadly, I think the Quintus core is actually causing Smokescreen to not actually kill as many. Let's do it again. And you can see there, they've literally cleared that whole first section. Now, the Quintus core is actually causing chaos there, to be honest with you. But like I said, it's not the end there. Because what you can do is you could add a second gunner into that. It's going to cost you no extra ability points to clear that area. Exactly the same amount of ability points, but it's going to clear it even faster. So let's add another bot in there, another gunner. Let's add 6 gun into there. But he needs to have really a ranged combat to keep him around with Smokescreen. So what I did was, oops, wrong one. I actually had top heavy on him. Another range combat. You can have top heavy. You could put a shorter range combat, but I prefer top heavy or 4-star glitch, something like that, but it's a bit less speed, damage. Sorry, because you're using a 4-star. Sorry, I got distracted. Where's he gone? Just put him on. Sure I did. Where's he gone now? There he is. Cool. Okay, let's take it up a notch. You know I like doing this. I like showing you the basics, and I'm following you through what I did when I was testing. I did it once. I thought, I'm going to add more into there. I'm going to add more into there. I'm going to get bigger and bigger and better. If you remember back the video where someone in Scorched Put Silbot on launch pad, sent Sidetrack to the back. My mind started going. I was like, I can take this up a notch. I ended up throwing Sidetrack, Big Daddy, Zor, another Sidetrack, another Big Daddy. I put every range bot I had and sent them all towards HQ. If you've not seen that yet, 1000 IQ video, go and check it out. It's madness. So we're going along those sort of lines. We're going to keep going and upping this until we get stupid results. So again, we're going to use that. And then we're going to speed it all up. I'm going to do the same again. Then we're going to speed it all up. That Quintus core is causing mayhem. I'm going to speed it up again. And you see there, we pretty much cleared that whole area. Even with the Quintus core causing us problems. But you know what? We can take it up another notch. So what we can do is, we can go on this Optimus. We can put Big Daddy on there. There we go. We can take Wheeljack. Take Kunai off. And we can put Sidetrack on there. Now again, when you speed up the bots, it speeds up the combats. So you're getting more damage again for no extra ability points. We're going to use the same ability points, but we're getting so much extra value out of this now. And now we've got the combats going faster, we've got the bots going faster, we've got Laser Optimus going faster. And let's speed them all up again. There we go. Look at Sidetrack. Look at Big Daddy there doing all this damage. And now you can see that just for 2 uses, we've pretty much cleared the whole area. The damage it's doing is pretty incredible. So we're going to take it up one more notch. We've got a front-loaded base. We're going to go with our team again. But we're going to load it with another healer. We want to keep them alive, don't we? Just going to load it with another healer. Now what we're going to do with Ratchet is, yep, you guessed it. We're going to put on another combat. So let's put on here. I can't even see what they are with these new. I was going to press obviously SG Steeljaw there, but where's SG Steeljaw? This is awful. SG Steeljaw on there. There we go. We've got another combat on there doing damage. Okay, let's add another combat on there. I was going to put, yeah, let's put Sunstreaker on there. There we go. Sunstreaker, combat. Let's put 4-star glitch on. Need to sort these out, honestly. There we go. Glitch on there. Got 2 healers yet. Then we're going to add another gunner if we can. Skids. And this guy, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add another bot. Let's put Zor on him. I've got long range, but hey, I want to combat on him. I want to load this with all minions. And hey, let's put another healer on. I'm going to go 3 healers. Just to go mental. Put Minerva on. We can keep Chippo. Chippo's alright. No, actually, no. Let's not. Let's go for it. Let's go big or go home. There's SG Steel Jar. Okay. All these minions on now. All these gunners on now. Let's go. So again, instead of just dropping Laser Optimus and Wheeljack trying to clear the area, we're going to drop a host of the bots. And we're going to try and clear as much as we can. In fact, I'm going to heal him as well. Oh, so much damage. What the hell's where that damage come from? Wow, that is madness. I think the anti-healing build bots come into play. But now you can see, look at all this damage which is going on. Let's speed it up again. Oh, they've all got stunned by the outpost, by the way. Yeah, that went badly. Let's try again. See, pesky anti-healing build bots a minute. Now, yeah, someone will say, whoa, Wozza, why are you taking anti-healer? They're realistic. Listen, you can work out a way to get rid of them if you want to. But there we go. Let's just get them out of the way a minute. Okay, let's give it another go. Now, the only one problem is that I just saw there was you've got to drop them in a cluster. That is the bad thing about it, but let's load them up here with more then. Let's try it now. There we go. That's a bit better, isn't it? Now you see that cluster's gone. Let's get rid of Dinobot as well. Let's speed all this up. There we go. We've got through Dinobot very easily. And you can see there that... Let's try and speed this up again. And you can see there that the damage this is doing is absolutely mental. We've literally just cleared half the base in 2 uses of Laser Optimus, 2 uses of the Gunners. Absolutely mental. Now, there's nothing stopping us from using a combiner halfway through. Nothing wrong with doing something. But all you're using is Laser Optimus and Wheeljack. ×2. And using the natural DPS of all the bots to clear a ridiculous amount of the base. And looking at the cost of that, you're looking at Laser Optimus 5 + 2, so 5 + 7, that's 12. And then Wheeljack for 2 uses. But I do now. 3 + 2, which is 8. For 20 ability points, you're clearing maybe a third of the base very easily. So again, I know we've not got the anti-healing bots out, but you could easily drop a bot first, maybe Smokescreen, take them out, use your combiner to sort of help do some damage in an area. You can use Laser Optimus once, then drop your combiner, then use Laser Optimus again. Again, I've only put 1 tank in there. You could easily put a couple of tanks in there instead of them gunners. But crazy amount of DPS, crazy amount of damage, and hopefully people can sort of start experimenting with Laser Optimus and that DPS to clear a huge area. And yeah, you go and try it out. Send me some videos, guys. I can maybe show it in the stream of using Laser Optimus and all that DPS and minions and stuff to clear ridiculous areas of the map. Give it a go and let me know how it works out. There's a few people in the chat. So Venga Prime, I love that combo. Gets me out some bad situations. Yeah, but like I said, the Laser Optimus and Wheeljack combo, just them two, was decent, but didn't do quite enough. But adding that extra DPS, and yes, it is quite hard. With a bit more practice, you could maybe space the guns out a bit more. But yeah, crazy amount of damage, crazy. Illicit Pulse, what about adding Hoist 100% speed up? Let me know. You know, try it out. You know, it costs more, but it's 100% speed up, whereas Wheeljack's is 70%, I think it is. Wheeljack's 80%. So yeah, give it a try. Let me know how it goes. I presume with 100% speed up, it'll do even more damage. So yeah, maybe one for another stream. But yeah, go and check it out. Go give it a try. Cool. Okay, on to the next subject. So a few people have been asking this in the chat, and it has been penciled in. It was penciled in for last week, but obviously last week we didn't stream. So this week we are going to give it a whirl, and that is a new combo, a very cheap combo to take out the MDS structure, and that is a slingshot, air raid, and firefly combo. Now, Penny Lancaster put me onto this. Now, when I first heard about this, I was like, there's no way that would do it. You know, slingshot and air raid on firefly, they just don't do enough damage. And then when I started sort of running the numbers, I was like, well, hang on a minute, you've got slingshot, so slingshot will do damage to just the shield gen. So, you know, but he stops the healing. That's the important part of it. Does a bit of damage to the shield gen and stops the healing. And then you've got air raid. Now the reason obviously air raid is in there because he does 9k damage in an area, so he's the main damage. But 9k is not going to do enough to take it out. So looking at Firefly, so Firefly will then do an extra, so do 9,600 damage to the shield gen, take that shield gen out, but it'll also do 4,800 damage to the surrounding area as well. So we're gonna give it a try. So I know it's a 4-star slingshot, but we're gonna try it even with the 4-star. I just want to look at the cluster, make sure I've got the right things in there. So Alchemist needs to go in there as well. There we go. So we've got healing Billbots in there. We've got Micronus in there. We've got Set Repair Core. We've got, sometimes you have the Agent there, or most times we've got Alchemist in there, and obviously the shield gen as well. Dojack's put signature will not work as well in that lineup. Too much ranged. Maybe. Give it a go. Let me know. So we're going to slingshot first. Then we're going to send him in, and then we're going to drop the other two. Then we're going to send air raid in, and then we're going to send firefly in. So that area. Take out the shield gen, and boom! MDS cluster down. Smashed. Gone. Unbelievable combo. And when you look at the cost of it, slingshot, 3 ability points. Air raid, 3 ability points, that's 6. Firefly, oops, 4 ability points. You can take out that entire structure for 10 ability points, which if you think about it is crazy. The only combo I know that could do that kind of damage even close to is Skids and Rust Dust, but their range is a lot less than these 3 jets. Now I can see Penny Lancaster in the chat saying, I told you this would work, but there is a bit of a problem. So, we're going to use Slingshot, we're going to use Air Raid, we're going to use Firefly. Now, it hasn't destroyed the MDS cluster. So I know you're thinking, hang on a minute. I've literally just shown you, seen you, Wozza, destroy that cluster. Now, it's not. So the question is, why is that? So, it's more transparent when you use a 5-star slingshot. It's a lot easier. So, because you're taking time to destroy the shield gen, Firefly's rockets don't go in one. He sort of fires a few rockets at it. And so, when he does his damage in an area, only some of that damage is actually hitting the area because the shield gen is still protecting those defenses. So, out of the 4k damage that Firefly is doing, maybe 2k of it was while the shield gen's still alive, which reduced the damage, and the other 2k was when he's destroyed the shield gen. And so you've really got to time it really, really well. So what you have to do is, you have to use Slingshot first. Because it's over seconds his damage, you have to let it hit for a while first. Then you drop Air Raid. Then you drop Firefly afterwards. And even now, I'm not 100% sure it's going to work. There we go. It's very inconsistent. But, as always, I've been testing this. I've got a solution. Very, very simple. You can still do it for 10 ability points with the same bots. And the only difference is, because we're using Slingshot, because he has acid, all you need is an incendiary damage boost. All you need, guys. And then you don't need to worry. So I'm going to drop all three. I'm going to drop Slingshot, drop Air Raid, we'll drop an incendiary boost, then we're going to drop Firefly. It's a lot of clicks. But this time round, doesn't kill it again. Of course it hasn't on a test. So let's drop the incendiary boost, drop. It needs to drop Slingshot, then the incendiary boost, then wait a second, then give it a go. So let's drop Slingshot, then the incendiary boost. Then we're going to drop Air Raid. Then we're going to drop Firefly. I don't know what to say, guys. I've tried a few times, it actually worked with the incendiary. So, let's try it with 5-star Slingshot. Let's see if that works. I've actually done this 3 times in a row with the 4-star, which worries me. Slingshot. Let's put the hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. So, oh yeah, because Slingshot's down there, that's why. Oh, why is that mean? Like, what the? Don't know what's going on. Oops. That's the 5-star nothing. No, I did it with 4-star earlier. Even without it, well, you saw it on the stream. You saw it earlier. It was a bit inconsistent, but I was hoping. I know some people in chat saying like, oh yeah, I'd only use a 5-star. But I'm just trying to prove a point that you can do it with the 4-star for people that, you know, might not have the 5-star. So let's try it again. Let's try all at once again. So let's try all 3 on that structure. Quick succession. And there you go. As I said before, doesn't quite work, even with that extra damage. So again, let's try it. Let's slow it down a bit. Let's send Slingshot first. And see if that helps. Okay, let's try again. So Slingshot. Got to drop in first. Next to. Then we'll drop Air Raid. Then we'll drop Firefly. And see there, still not quite. I know you could improve the timing. I know you could do multiple things. But what we are going to do is, again, we are going to try and finish it off with a Incinerate boost. Because it's fire, stacks with acid, does the extra 20% damage, does about 2.5k damage for Incinerate Mark 3, I think it is. Just to finish it off. So we're going to use Slingshot. And the fire boost. Then we're going to use these 2 guys. Then we're going to use Air Raid. Then Firefly. I think it might be the healing build bots. I think. Things go wrong. Joking, I don't. But hey. Okay. Let's not mess about now. Let's forget the 4-star. Let's try the 5-star. So obviously the 4-star is not doing quite enough damage. It's that initial damage, so the shield gen is still blocking a portion of Firefly's damage. So let's try with just the 5-star. Still no. Let's try with the 5-star with that Incinerate boost. See if that does it. Still no. I think it's the timing of the build bots. You saw it work. I've done it loads of times. But now, nope. Okay. Let's change our timing. So. So Grand Town's put, what about white creme? Let's try it with a white creme instead. I love how you've actually seen it on stream where I actually did this and killed it, and you saw it, and now you're seeing that it doesn't. It's so inconsistent. I'm trying to think why now. It's not healing. Because I got acid, so it's stopping it. It's not the healing. There's got to be how quick we're taking it out. I'm going to try one more time without the white creme. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to send him in, and I'm literally going to leave it for like 10 seconds. Yeah, but C4's put there's a bug with a slipstream air raid where it just doesn't work properly. Yeah, I know that, but it's doing the damage. But I don't know. I'm baffled. It's empty rounds, but more time between sling and air raid. I've literally just done that. More time between sling and air raid. That doesn't make no difference. Jason Rowley put add brainstorm to the mix. I'm trying to keep it cheap. I'm trying to do it for 10 ability points. That is the aim. It's not. Andy transport, but let's see SA do more damage for the. It doesn't matter. Let's try white creme. I'm gonna send this to Dale. This is a weird one because I actually tested it like 3 times in a row. It worked, but granted, I don't have the healing build bots there. But the healing build bots shouldn't do anything because it's acid there. Interesting. Wow. I might have to actually rewatch this stream back and see why it worked first time round. And why it's not now. So you told you I put the D8's medal at the new update today? No, I've literally done it 10 minutes ago. Did it earlier today. Did it the other day. I just done it 10 minutes ago. 20. Let's go double check these at a minute. Have I missed something? Level 20. And air raid. Where's air raid? And 20. And did it with 4-star slingshot, yeah. With no Iyoko. This is really bizarre. But I'm determined for it to work. So I just did that. I aimed at the MDS, but I'm pretty sure the first time around I aimed at the shield gem. Lancaster, wake up Dale, we need answers. This is really bizarre. I'm gonna watch this cluster now. Now the cannons are gone. Move the BBs and see what happens. That's a good idea. Surely they're not healing under acid though. But again, I've literally just done it a minute ago. Actually, I'm going to try something else actually. Just thought of something actually. I've got it. I've got it. I've worked it out. Just to prove it's not the Bill bots, I know what it is. Let's put the Bill bots back a minute. Just to prove it's not that. Let me make sure. I know what it is. Like, let's try again. I'm going to try it straight away though. All three at once. See if that works. Oops. See, no, not this time. Okay. Interesting. Maybe it is a healing Bill boss. Because now the cannons are going out. And that casts a suspense. But we know now. So, what it is because Alchemist is in this mix, the defenses heal themselves for 30% of their damage dealt. It seems like the Micronus core, the MDSs, because they're actually hitting my bots, they're healing still under the acid because the Alchemist core makes defenses heal themselves for 30% damage dealt. So if we unequip that should sort it, I think. And you can see when I started testing later on, I'll make sure the jets were out of range of the MDS. I think I might rename this part of the video. It was going to be how to take the MDS structure out for 10 ability points. I think now it should be healing build bots heal under acid. Because I'm going to take it away again. Like so. Slingshot. Air raid. Firefly. I should do a bloopers reel about this, huh? Let's try again. It's even less damage. Right, I'm going to take all the healing out of that. I'm going to test it with no healing. Because I've got a feeling something else is broken here. Right. Healing. Healing. Okay, there is no healing around this area at all now. No healing. Zero. Nada. Okay, how much is left though? Okay. I've got an idea. So. Oh, Newman's put, call it testicles mad with frustration. Okay. So. That asset does 7,660 damage over 15 seconds. So if we drop that for 10 seconds, then send Air Raid and Firefly in, that should make it a bit easier. That should destroy the shield gen earlier, so it does more damage. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It's doing less damage. How many times have we tried this now? It's nothing to do with acid because there's no healing in that structure. So it seems to me like one of the bots is not doing as it should. So let's just try it Slink. Let's try Firefly first. Let's see if it's Firefly. So Firefly should do 4-8 damage in an area. But the shield gen's protecting it, so of course it's doing less than that. Deep Prime Slingshot becomes a sack bot. I'm baffled as to why this isn't working. Grind time. Obviously, this is a job for the real playtesters. SA's internal QA squad. Yeah, because they do such a good job of things, don't they? Okay. Let me try something else. No, that won't work. No, very strange. I wish I could rewind it live and show you guys actually what happened right now. Very weird. Let's take the Iyoko. No. But what's changed? Nothing's changed. I'm trying to think what's changed from a minute ago when this worked. No, Slingshot is doing damage, definitely. I don't want to sit here all night testing this, guys. I'm boring you, but I will look into it. We'll try something. So, Shieldgen has now 11,000 health. So I need something that's going to do 4,000 damage. 9, 2, 7. The last two add up, by the way. It's 13k. So I'm going to do. I'm going to take away the shield gen. Let's see if Aerade and Firefly are doing the right damage together. Let's have a look. So, if we hit these structures, there's no shield gen now. So that, let's go in the hard mode. So I just want to make sure I got my maths right here before I do this. So before I do, so we've got Aerade that does 9,272 plus 48 is 14. 14,087. Is that right? Something like a calculator if you want. I'm sure it's 14,087 damage. 14,087. That should take out that shock tower. Just them two. Can't take out. Can you? Let's put something weaker in there. It's not a cannon. Welcome to being a tester. This is literally what we go through testing stuff. It's not all frills and all great, guys, honestly. But just to clarify as well, Penny Lancaster, I actually blame you for this. Right, so. Yeah. That's right. So when we take that out, the shield gem is blocking a portion of the damage. So then, we'll just do the same thing with the white creme. Hmm. The shield gen seems to be blocking a portion of your Firefly's damage. When does Firefly do the damage? Ah, he does it before he destroys the shield gem. Okay, so the problem is, but why did it work once? Very weird. So the problem, it's happened a few, it's actually worked a few times, so I don't get why it's not working sometimes. I understand why it's not working, but I understand why it has worked once. I'm trying to think. So you need to destroy the shield gen or at a very low health, so when Firefly drops that first bomb, but the first time I didn't leave it that long. I'm getting bored now of this. I was finding it inconsistent, but then I was using a fire boost and it was doing it fine. What? Hang on. Hang on. So I've literally just used a slingshot and a white creme, and this time it destroyed on its own. Hang on. So we're gonna do slingshot and a white creme. And I'm gonna do air raid on there. I'm gonna do him next to it. Look, guys, I don't even know what's going on, but I'll pass it on to Dayland. But you see, it works. It worked before that. It was inconsistent, but with a Incinerate, it took it out every time. So I did it with a bit, it was leaving a slither of health on the MDS sometimes. I use it Incinerate, stop the heat because of healing, anti-healing, and because of the boost. It worked a charm. But I'm not too sure. But I'm going to try it one more time with Incinerate and see if I can just do something in a minute. I think I've got it. Sorry, guys. I just want to prove that it works. And I think I know what it is. I think now the area of the Incinerate is so small, you got to get it exactly right. Oh my god, what is going on? Like, I put the Incinerate just slightly higher, and now you just seen that a minute ago I took the MDS out, and now it's not taking the MDS out. What the hell is going on? What is going on? What is going on? What? Okay, leave it at that, guys. I'll pass it on to Dale. I'll show him the video. I'll show him what happened, and what the hell? I don't even know. I need to do more testing and test air raid and see if it's really doing the right amount of damage or something, because I don't know. But to be fair, the 4-star does less damage the same, but so does the anti-acid. Same as the 5-star. Don't forget, the only difference between 4-star and 5-star slingshot is that the amount of damage they do to a single target is more with a 5-star. Everything else is exactly the same. The burn time, the burn amount, the stacking, everything's exactly the same. So, apologies, guys. And then one more thing, and then we'll look at the new combats. But I need to do this dead quick. See, when I'm on hold, put plus 15%. Okay, that's all well and good with that, trying to think of reasons. But I literally did it with the 4-star. I did it with 4-star slingshot, and I took it out. Yeah. I don't know. Baffled. Absolutely baffled with it. Okay, so dead quick. So today they added Big Daddy to the crystal shop, and we have got enough to pull him, and we have got every other bot in the batch. So we are gonna pull him right now. And I'm gonna tell you why it's important to try and clear this batch shortly. Another competition is because guess who it is? Boom! 5-star Big Daddy. This guy is going straight on my defense. I can't remember who it was going on now. I think it was going actually on what you be calling me? Twin Twist. Yeah. Twin Twist. Big Daddy. Triple DPS. I'm going to level Big Daddy up. Probably to level 8, I think, something like that. You know what I'm like? I don't like maxing these bots out. Not a big fan of maxing bots out. Just because of the cost it is for next to nothing. Rabbit C4. I wasn't expecting Big Daddy. Marco Marcelo, go and check out my 1000 IQ video. You're on the right track, but go and check it out. It's to the next extreme. See, not much more damage, an extra 1k health. It's not worth 500k spark. That's why a lot of them are 8 and 9, not 10. That's why. So yeah, and that's why he's at 1. But yeah, Sidetrack and Big Daddy on defense. Bash Breaker on pipes, but I need to replace pipes with someone else, I think. But hey, cool. So back onto test accounts, and we're gonna show the new combats and the new cores for Star Saber and Deathasaurus. Well, C4, why can't they name Daddy all at the toy? I presume it's a licensing thing, but I don't know. Who knows? Okay, cool. So, new combats added to the games. Let's have a look at them in the. I'll look up in the showroom first. So let's look at Star Saber. I think it's at the top somewhere, unless apparently not. What else can go wrong this stream? Have I gone past him? I'm sure he's at the top somewhere. Where's that? Oh, there he is. There he is. There he is. So there is Star Saber as he comes, and then we will equip the new combat to him. Victory Leo. There we go. It does look very cool in the showroom. Look again. Yeah, he's not there in the showroom, which is weird. What's the name? Something else doesn't work. Let's look at him here then. Cool. So yeah, it does look very cool. I'm not gonna lie. That is pretty cool. That's pretty awesome. Nice. Then it's 4-star in it, that's why. Deathasaurus. What, have we got a 5-star version for Deathasaurus? Nope. Oh, great. It's on China. It's on the can't count. But basically, on the conversion, sadly, it does not equip on the bot. It doesn't change Deathasaurus in any way, which is a shame. You know, I really like the fact that you know, Victory Leo changes the look of Star Saber. That's pretty cool. But Tigerchest doesn't, sadly. Just want to make sure you have it. Is it because all the pictures are mixed up again? Oh, it's there. That's why. Oh, I've got 5 sets of stars. Okay, cool. And there he is. So on this version, it actually shows that it's separate. But yeah, quite a shame really that it shows Tigerchest is separate. But on obviously Star Saber, it shows them guns on his shoulders and makes it look pretty cool. So I'd rather have seen Tigerchest on Deathasaurus. I'm not too sure if that's lore or not, but it's still have been a pretty cool addition. But it is what it is. So let's have a look what the combat does. So you may see this in the newsletter. So Victory Leo increases health by 32%. So we did say in testing that the problem with Star Saber is that it doesn't survive long enough. He needs more survivability when using his ability. As well as fires a grenade that deals 100% of the bot's damage. So you're talking around 120%. You're talking about 800 damage the grenade will do. The grenade freezes targets within the blast radius, reducing their speed by 70%. So we actually had a discussion in playtest, and I was like, yeah, listen, we love ice. And Dale was like, there's no such thing as ice in the game. I was like, yeah, there is. I was like, no, there's not. I was like, there definitely is. I was like, Brainstorm is ice. And like, well, it's kind of slow. I was like, yeah, but it's got that colour, that light blue colour. And they was like, yeah, but freeze is not in the game, like an ice. So like, but it is. But it's not. But it is. But it's not though. But it is though. Yeah, very weird. The cryo shell from Goldbug as well. So there is freeze in the game and such, but it's not like an official thing. I don't know. It's a bit weird. It's not the same as stun, guys. So freeze can freeze the MDS. Ice can freeze the MDS. And I didn't call it ice. I didn't give it that name. It was actually said on the Space 8 stream where they were talking about Goldbug, and they said, oh yeah, it freezes. It's like ice. And so that's the name that we've sort of given to it since then. And that's what sort of Brainstorm uses. Because if you look at Brainstorm, the colour of it. So if you look at stun, let's see some stun. So you can see there that the stun is dark blue. That means stun. And then if you look at Brainstorm, that's dark blue as well, which is weird. Well, hey, where's Goldbug then? If this shows dark blue now, it means it changed it. Oh, there you go. So that is a cryo shell that chills enemies. See, it freezes. Makes sense? So the light blue means that it, you know, freezes rather than stuns. So let's give it a whirl. I'm going to change my layout. Okay, let's just put something a bit less damaging around there. Take the shield gen away. Something like that. There we go. So obviously we're going hard mode, Prime League. We don't do anything else on this channel. We go at it big time. Okay, so we drop Star Saber. So I'll just try and slow it down a bit for you. So you can see there, it fires that grenade, causes ice in an area. Very cool. Got him sort of ice shots. Now I've taken out that structure there. And there we go. Helps him sort of sit back a bit, doing some, decent damage, decent ice, sort of icing things. There's that ice again. You can see in a decent range. So you talk like a square difference between the two. Very, very cool. So to test this combat, I thought it was alright. I didn't think it was too bad. But the problem is not the combat. The problem is Star Saber and Deathasaurus. The problem is that it does very little for them. It's cool that it does that ice thing, that sort of ice freezing. But does it make Star Saber a Prime League hard mode worthy bot? Does it make him better at Zen farming? No, it doesn't either. It doesn't do anything to really improve him. It's a decent combat. Is it going to make him relevant? No, sadly not. It's not going to revitalise the bot for what it is. If this was a combat on a good bot, I might consider it quite good. I like the combat. But the fact it's on Deathasaurus and Star Saber, that's the problem. Is that you're putting a good combat on an awful bot. If I brought out a really good combat tomorrow, would you, and it only quits on Drift, would you put Drift in your war team? No, you wouldn't. Because Drift is awful. You simply wouldn't. No matter how good the combat is. It's because of his ability. His ability lets him down. So, Space Heat brought out a core for him. So, listen. If the combat's not going to do it, maybe the core will make Space Heat relevant. Maybe the core will make Star Saber relevant. Not Space Heat. So looking at Star Saber and Deathasaurus' new core. So the V-Lock cannon increases standard damage by stat value. It's bugged. So I believe this was actually a lot more than what it is. I believe we had it around 20%, but I believe when it's come out, it's around 14% now. So there's a bit of a thing there. And fires a ricochet shot. So please tell me in the chat, when you hear this description of standard damage, but not DPS, so it doesn't increase ability, and fires a ricochet shot, what do you think of when you say ricochet shot? What do you think of exactly? What does that speak to you that it's like? Fires a ricochet shot every 8 seconds that deals damage. How much? Would have been good to know. 20% extra to frozen or electrified targets. Now, we've just spoken about how his core freezes around the area, so it's good that it does 20% extra damage. But it'd be nice to know how much damage it does, so we can test the 20% extra. But we'll come to that later on. But let's equip it in. Let's see him in the showroom. Oh, now he's got Victory Leo on. Looking pretty cool. Now we can see Victory Leo, although he's in 2 places at once. But will we see his V-Lock gun? The suspense. And people are saying, oh, it sounds a bit like Lop, Aimless, Laser Optimus, a bounce like Megs. Yeah, this is what I was expecting to see. So yeah, I'm expecting to see him, increase damage. And I'm seeing him. I want to see a ricochet shot that bounces from defense to defense and does extra damage to ice targets. Still not gun. I give up. So, just to clarify as well, so you can see there his health has gone up to 694. So we'll just take that off for a second. We can see there it's gone from 606 to 694. So 90 health boost, or 100 health. Not anything stupid, but hey, a decent amount of health, I suppose. 100? No, not really. So health wise, it ain't doing much. So we're dependent on this ricochet now. So in terms of the core, like I said, Victory Leo, pretty cool. Doesn't do much to improve him though. Health, 100 health, 100 DPS, sorry. Not gonna make him join my war team, so I'm depending now on this combat to make Saber relevant. Now I've said before, Space Ape, I've said in my last video, make this cool. That's how I ended my video when we were talking about Star Saber, about Victory Leo, when we heard it was coming out. That was my message to Space Ape. Make this cool. So let's go. Star Saber is coming out to the blocks. He's going to hit the target from range. Ricochet. Where's the ricochet? Can you see a ricochet? I can't see a ricochet. I see nothing. So at the moment, this new core, this new combat that is going to make Star Saber relevant again, it gives him 100 extra damage and a bit of a freeze. Now, if you want to go chasing this combat, if you want to go chasing this core, guys, buying loads of bundles, be my guest. But I will not be one of them. And we've been speaking endlessly in test, and it just seems like I'm repeating myself constantly about this. That we keep saying to Space Ape, listen, you've got to make Star Saber relevant again because of his ability. Reducing the cost will not help that. And it's not because of the cost either. They could make it 3+3, and I don't even think it'd be as relevant. And it's not a cost thing. It's that he doesn't survive. He will go in for one swipe. If he doesn't swipe back, he's dead. So you've got to use him twice. So it is costly to use twice. But you need to increase his survivability. And we're saying, for his core, for his combat, give him a shield. Give him a shield like the warriors get. Give him a massive health boost or something so that when he does charge in, he can charge in, drop that ice bomb, do some damage. I'd be pretty happy with that. But he rushes in and dies. So, I'll be honest with you, if you want a bot that's going to do good damage, help your team, but you're not going to use his ability, then I consider putting Star Saber in your team. But never use his ability. Ever. Ever. That's the solution for it. Star Saber's ability is the problem with Star Saber. It's not the bot itself. I like the combat, it gives him a bit of range. I do like that, so it's not as melee. But Space Ape keeps saying, there's something cool coming. They said that, then they brought the 5-star out, and we're like, oh, is this it? Is this the cool thing that it's coming as a 5-star? No. There's something else. There's something cool coming, and they reduced his cost. We're like, is this the cool thing coming? No, listen. Something else is coming that's cool. All right, so what is it? His G1 core? No. It's not that. Something else is coming that's cool. All right, is it Victory Leo? No, something else is coming that's cool. But what is it? What is it? You're asking people to go and get this combat, to go and get this core, to go and level Star Saber and get him as a 5-star on the promise that something cool is coming. Well, I put it to you, Space Ape, that nothing cool is coming. I put it to you that every time you say this, you think you're bringing something out cool. And you think, yeah, this has not done it. The next thing I bring out needs to be cool and make him relevant. And you bring that out thinking it's making him relevant. And it doesn't make him relevant. So you think, we need something else. So now they're pretty much saying that his ability 11 will make him relevant. And I can't see it. I can't see it. Listen, if they bring out an ability 11 for Star Saber, and it makes him relevant, so he's a Prime League hard mode worthy bot, and it makes me level that bot to put in my war team, I will do a formal apology on stream to Space Ape saying, I apologise, I didn't have faith in you, I should have faith from now on. But that ain't going to happen, let's be honest. Because too many times we've been in this situation where we've said, Space Saber said, we're going to do this. We're going to buff Drillhorn and Nose Cone. That was 3 years ago. You know, we're going to buff some older bots. That was 2 years ago. We're going to bring out more ability 11s. That was 3 years ago. So there's so many things that they've said, we're going to do this. This is going to happen. And it just doesn't happen. And, you know, Daly's saying that, oh yeah, we're under some pressure at the minute. And that is why. What about the other 2 years before that? People are losing faith completely in Space 8's ability to bring out new content. And this is where the rumours of the game winding down is coming from. That the apes are interested, that they're just doing one big money grab at the end now. These are why these rumours are happening. This is why people are saying this. Because every time we get promised something, it doesn't happen. Plain and simple. And they concentrate on the big features like Titans, like the big War update, like the new combiners, because they know that will make them big money. Whereas the everyday stuff that needs to work, they're not putting much effort into. And they said, oh, we're fixing bugs. I don't know what the last bug they fixed was. Was it 2 weeks ago now? 3 weeks ago? And there's so many. But, you know, Space Ape. If you are watching this, honestly, and I hope they are. Dale says sometimes watching my streams. And it amazes me that he says watching my streams, but none of this actually gets through to them. That you need to do something with Deathasaurus. Quite drastic. You know, a slight cost reduction and a core is not going to change it. And the annoying thing is that the playtesters have been in the chat saying, why don't you try this? Why don't you do that? We've also been talking about something else as well in that chat. And we're talking, saying, you should do this. And when I was saying it, I was like, this is a solution. And a lot of the playtesters said, I agree with Wozza. That is a solution. And I'm willing to bet that when we talk about this in more in depth, when I can talk about it, they won't do that. They won't do it because it's too much like hard work for them. It's too much work. They've got this new programmer on, Jesse. I've never seen the guy. I don't know. He's not in the chat, so I can't comment. I don't know how he's doing. I don't know. But they've got a new programmer on. Dale's supposed to be helping out as well. But it just seems like they're just stuck in mud. And they're not listening. They say they listen, and they do listen. But it seems to me that they listen and go, okay, that would be good, but we're not going to do that for whatever reason. And you can make your own mind up on why that is. But until then, sadly, Deathasaurus, Star Saber, for me, he's literally staying level 51. I'll allow him to 51 in case something comes that makes him relevant. I just don't want him to be another sack bot. If we just give him a shield, he's going to be another expensive sack bot. And so honestly, there's cheaper options out there, so I don't see the point. It just makes base design go backwards in my view. He needs to be made relevant so he does damage. And I've said he needs a damage increase. You know, I don't think that maybe doing 2 swipes and then killing half of the base will be too much because of the healing cores. You know, if you want to have all your healing cores in one section of the healing cluster, Star Saber should be able to take out the rest of the base maybe in an area. But not that healing cluster. Or you could space your healing cores out. You know, to combat Star Saber. I don't think that's ridiculous. You know, but it's in Space Ape's hands. They keep saying something cool is coming. I hope it is. I'm hopeful. But I'm pessimistic about it. And we'll have to wait and see, sadly. But for the time being, I wouldn't really bother chasing this core, guys. If you get it, brilliant. Put it on him. Great. But there's better combats out there that can be put on him. There's better cores that can be put on him. And there's better bots to use, I'm honest. So unlock. Grind time. Wow, I am so impressed right now. Rubber C4. That isn't even range. But it's more range than what I had. But yeah. Freesius. Shit in my head. This is so frustrating. We've already got a ricochet built into the game. Terrible. Yeah. Just roll it. The core is bugged. Did we expect anything less? Venga Prime. Defeat Leo. I like that, actually. Matt Polly, wait, there's bugs in the game? I know. Weird, hey? I would have seen him do that. Look. Ooh, mic. ABD HQ has put, give him a shield like Windblade does. Yeah, there was talk about that. You know, it's this worry that it'll be a sackbot, maybe. The Apes could just watch Victory and make his cause so much better. They don't watch the cartoons. What else? Jason Rowley, so much hope, only to fall flat on execution. That's the thing, they keep building this up, saying something cool is coming, you think this is it. And I honestly thought that his core would protect him or something, give him like invulnerability or something. Something. But I don't know. See, Mercer says, but see, to a high level player, he sucks as bad as a tick. But like a HQ12 and under player, that's a holy grail for them, not me though. Yeah, but so we'll talk about this in the chat as well though. We can't make bots for HQ12 players. So Skids is great at HQ12 and great at HQ18. So yeah, Rook is good at HQ12 or good at HQ18. Ironhide will be, Pipe will be. All these good bots will be good at HQ12. Maybe not Slingshot as much because it's quite niche in terms of the acid and the healing. But you see what I'm getting at? That you can't just design bots for HQ12. You just design them for HQ18 and then they should filter down to HQ12, but not all of them. But you can't make it good for HQ12 and not 18. You just can't. And if they are doing that, then Space 8 need to come out and shut our expectations down and say, listen, this bot is not going to be relevant. But then if they're not doing that, listen, 5-star bots are not made for HQ12 players. Sadly, I know I might get a bit of criticism for that and say, hey, Wozza, that's not fair. I'm HQ12 and I want a Star Saber. But 5-star bots are not designed for HQ12 players. They're probably designed for HQ17, 18 players on the cusp of 18. And the idea is, guys, that these 5-star batches should come out and they should entice people to go and get them bots because they will make their teams better. War team, leveling team, whatever. You know, they should do that. They should make their bots better, and that makes them desirable. So you go, I want that bot. I want to chase it. We should, and I said this to them as well. When Dale said about the anniversary crystal, he said, yeah, but if you get a dud one, at least that's one down. I was like, there should not be a dud one. Yes, in 5-star batch there'll be always that one bot. I might say it's this bot, you might say it's someone else, and we'll all have different ideas. But you shouldn't get a 5-star and be disappointed. For example, so in the last pull in the video, I pulled Silverball. Now, he wasn't the jackpot. He wasn't like the one that I wanted, but I was happy getting him. You know, he even got Grimlock. You know, I won't be too disappointed, but Drift, I'll be really disappointed with. I'm pretty gutted with that Drift because he's awful. You know, there's certain bots out there that are like Ultra Magnus will just stay at level 1. I wouldn't bother with him. There's certain bots out there that are really, really poor that need to be made better because they're just not good enough. And I don't want to go through that. I'll go through that another stream, like I said. But, you know, it's a shame. But there should not be a dud in a pick. Ever. Right, Rob Newman's put that shock into release when it's so broken. Yeah, it was even broken even more this morning. There was a blue dot. I'm not sure if you've seen the screenshots. There was a blue dot instead of Star Saber. They had to update it. So many problems. See what Paul's put SA11. Well, supposedly that's the next thing coming. I've not seen it yet, but yeah. Ghost PR, do you have a video you can recommend for my HQ16 base? What do you mean exactly? Do you mean like in terms of defense or not? I don't know. I have been having quite a few questions around new players and lower HQ, so I might do a bit of content designed for lower players and sort of the basics of Earth Wars. Let me know what you think. Yeah, Marco Marcel says he still needs an SA11, but I don't see him being relevant with the rush bots we have these days. Yeah, but with that amount of range, he needs to do more damage. He can do better than Pipes. He can't do better than Pipes because Pipes has stupid health. So if he's not going to be used to shield your bots. It's not going to be that. And he shouldn't be a sack bot. He shouldn't be because he has stupid range. So you need to think, right, if he can't sack, you need to make sure that he's not immune to the MSM and he does get caught by them. And then you think that he can't have some invulnerability for too long, because then he will be used as a sack bot. So you've got to think, right, okay, so what can it be used for? So if it can't really be used as a sack bot, it can be, but I don't really like the idea. And you don't want him used as, you know, in for anything else like that. Then he's got to be used for damage. I like that idea of using him for damage. That's the idea of it, isn't it? But you know, protection. I was thinking he's not going to be used for protection. So he's not going to be used for sack. I don't want him to. My idea is used for damage, so he needs more damage. Yeah, Doja's put. I like the visual tune-up. Yeah, visually, I think it's really good. I like the ice bit and things like that, but it doesn't fix him. It does not make him relevant. The cool bit is on back order. I'll be Tuesday. What else? See, Stay Plus put the community faith in them is gone. They burned all their good faith. Yep. And Freezer's Max, I've said this plenty of times. When all the testers agree on something like that, is a problem. And so many times, we have arguments in playtests sometimes. I mean, like, quite heavy arguments. We have disagreements. We have change of opinions. Two sides of an opinion. But when you've got all the playtests saying, this isn't right, this is where it needs to go, and all the playtests saying we are disappointed, when it goes into the game, what are they going to expect? Are they going to expect the players to go, oh right, the playtesters talking nonsense? No, but that's a proportion of your player base. So if those 20 players, and 20 of them are saying this is rubbish, then 100% of your player base when it goes live are going to think it's rubbish. If 90% of your testers are saying it's rubbish, then 90% of your player base is going to say it's rubbish. If it's 50-50, you could probably expect the same. 50-50. That's, if 100% of playtesters say this is brilliant, all your player base is going to say this is brilliant. And when we had all the playtests saying this is not making Star Saber relevant, not in a million years, we're not sure what it does, we're not sure if it's working. I think at one point, someone actually said in playtest that it actually reduced Star Saber's ability damage, one of the cores. I'm not even sure if that's working or not. But you see the frustration. Jason Moore, it's a crying shame. I had such high hopes. I know, me too. King's are you playing an emulator? Yes, but only content creators are supported by SpaceApe. So if you do actually manage to use it on a emulator, so I'm using BlueStacks, and something happens to your account, they will not help you retrieve your account on an emulator. They won't, guys. So just keep that in mind that you are running a risk. Now, if I do, then yes, they'll give me a recovery code. They'll help me out. They'll give me updates and send me updates live. The raw files, things like that. They'll help me with it because I'm a content creator. But if you are not, they will not help you. So keep that in mind. Yeah, the Mercenaries Terrors put on and hit that down the head. Remember when you wanted 5-star Deathasaurus and Star Saber? Playtest said, yeah, that was 3 years ago. It literally was 3 years ago. Spencer 394. I got Wheeljack and got Skyrim for the anniversary plus 2 other combiners. Decent. Yeah. Does that support if all the playtesters are on the same line, they should take notes. You would think so. And it's a shame that we've done this too many times where we've hyped up this release and I've gone, yes, this sounds pretty good. And even I get hyped for it. When I seen Victory Leo come in, I thought that looks pretty cool. With the guns on the back, I was like, oh, like reading his description and watching a few clips on YouTube about him. I was like, this could be pretty good. I'm looking forward to this. And then we get it, and then we go, listen, this is not good enough. But you still think, listen, but SpaceX will change it. And I actually put a prediction in the playtest chart. And I said, this is how it's going to go. We're going to give feedback. They're going to make some changes on Monday. It's not going to be good enough. All it's going to be broken. We'll tell them. We'll get it back Wednesday. We'll complain about it. And I'll put it live anyway. Because you haven't got time. And that was honestly my prediction in playtest last week. And they did everything pretty much about that. Apart from the changes. They didn't change a thing. So we got the bot last week. They asked us for our feedback. We gave them the feedback. They did nothing to change it and released it today. That's pretty much what happened in playtest. So I honestly don't see the point in even giving us that bot for playtest. At the minute, it seems like we're just making sure it works, and even then, if we say it doesn't work, they're even not looking at that feedback either. Shame. Really shame. Grind time. I'd much rather have a 5-star cup over a 5-star Star Saber. At the minute, definitely. Yeah. Cool. Well, sadly, on that note, here's the end of the stream. So, very, very sad that, we have to end it on such a negative note. And apologies for the Firefly thing as well. I'll pass that on to Space Saber and see what is going on. I'll try and make a clip. But yeah, a disappointing stream overall. But, as always, appreciate you guys tuning in, and hopefully we can show this combat next week, but it being fixed. And, yeah, hopefully something might change, because it still said they might change something. It's a bit late now, but hopefully, you never know, they might change something. Remember when they changed SG Jetfire on the Saturday after he was actually in the event? Madness. But it could happen, you never know, with the amount of feedback they're getting from people. But listen, if you're not happy with it, guys, go and let Space Saber know. If you've got the core today and you're not happy with it, go and let them know. If you get Victory Leo at weekend, go and give them a try. And if you're not happy with it, let them know. And that is the only way that they're going to know that people are not happy with it, is if we give them our feedback. They don't always watch my streams, and I don't give my feedback for the newsletter. I give my feedback here. That's what I do. So yeah, let them know. If you're not happy with it, it's the best way for them to find out, what the community actually thinks. But thank you everyone for watching. Really appreciate it. Don't forget, guys, if you want to be a member, I will put the members login more regular, so people can become a member if they choose. But don't forget, if you are a platinum member, we are doing a giveaway in 2 weeks time, so keep that in mind, guys. So yeah, consider becoming a platinum member to win a Google or iTunes gift card. So thanks everyone for watching. Really appreciate it. Tune in next week, where hopefully we can show these combats core, hopefully doing something more than what it does now, and maybe we'll have some more news for you guys on the new crems, and maybe Deathasaurus might get a massive rework. Doubtful, but you never know. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and peace out, guys.